Alright, so I'm making a hitch for a camper, a travel trailer. So got some material here that I'm going to use. I've got this 2.5 inch pipe. It's about 1/8 inch wall. I wish I had something thicker, but that's what I got. And I already made this receiver a while ago. I think it's just 1/4 inch. And then I welded some thicker pieces on the end for some reinforcement. So I've got that. And yeah, let's see how this goes. Alright guys, so I did a quick model up in Autodesk Fusion 360 here, and so I put in our tube diameter and the thickness and see if it'll hold the weight I want it to hold. So I created a little test bar here to put some pressure down on it to see what kind of stresses and displacement and things like that we can get out of it. So I ran a quick simulation on it, and I put 500 pounds on the end of this bar here to see what kind of outcomes we get. So we can see that it has a safety factor, that's what we're looking at now, of 0.62, and what that means is if it's below 1, it's expected to bend and plastically deform. There's a difference between plastic and elastic deformation, so it's going to plastically deform if we put 500 pounds on the end of this. But it's only going to do it in a tiny little space. So basically, anywhere where there's red, it's expected to deform. So you can see that it's only in this tiny little spot over here, maybe around this weld here. So basically, that's just telling us it's going to bend. Doesn't mean it's going to break, but you can see the rest of it here is basically good. You know, we have a little yellow here, but that's still in the 1, 2, 3 range, which is totally fine. And the rest of it, is expected to do pretty much just fine. And that's with 500 pounds on the end here. So I'm pretty happy with that. You can see, actually we can check the displacement on it too. So you can see that if we change this to inches, we can see that this whole pipe is only going to move about, gosh, not even 0.1 inches, with 500 pounds on the end of it. So it's not even going to move 1/10 of an inch. But down here it's going to move about 0.33, 0.34 inches down, and that's 2 feet out, I think, from the center of this pipe. It's about 2 feet. So that gives us the displacement, and what's kind of neat is you can actually animate this, the results beginning, so you can kind of see it as the load is being put on it. So if you look at the right view here, I will adjust the scale at which it's actually bending. So it doesn't actually bend this much. This is just to give you a better idea of where it's bending. So you can see the pipe, it's kind of bending down here. You can see it's kind of sloping downward here as the load is applied. We change the displacement and we look at stress. Stress builds up, around here and kind of in here. So yeah, so basically what this is telling us is we need to reinforce this a little bit here. I think I put 1/4 inch welds on here, so we'll double up on the welds. I'll put a little reinforcement in here somewhere. And it should be totally fine. I don't expect to put 500 pounds, 2 feet away from the hitch. As for cargo carriers and a bike rack or things like that you would put at the end of a travel trailer. So, all right, let's get back to it.